It's almost this team truly played a total team game. It's one of the most selfless football teams I've ever been around. Offensively, 497 yards, to give up 213, give up a couple big plays, but we adjusted to that. Offensively, 4 for 4 scores the first half, had it second half, a couple of things, and that put us in a tough situation. We jumped on the one, and that third down call, I should have been more patient, but then we come back and put our will back up on him, drove, got the score, got the field goal, got the last one, and what we did, and just so proud of our guys and what their chief defense did an outstanding job. Our kicking game was good. And this team, like I said, I haven't lobbied, I haven't said a word, but I'm going to know that if you're 8-1 in the SEC, we lost to the number 1 team in the country. I don't see somebody else go 8-1 in this league and do it and stand up and do it. We can play with anybody. We do deserve in it. You're going to hear me say it now. I said I'd wait till our place. Let's our talk up. But we deserve to be in it now. That's what the committee, that's their thing. But I believe that firmly. I've watched the games. I've seen everybody. We can play with anybody. Question?
All right, we'll begin with Tyler Shaw from KVTX, and then we'll go to Sam Kahn.
Coach, do you mind expanding on that a little bit? Just the way this team finished the season, like you said,
seven straight SEC wins. 7 straight SEC wins. Some schools ain't even playing 7 games. Some schools ain't even played 7. Win 7 in a row in the SEC and win 8 overall. I don't care what league you're in. I don't care, what everybody else says. If you want to pick the best 14, we're one of them.
Does the all SEC schedule and the number of games you guys played, the number of games you won, is that why you guys are
right? It's supposed to matter, and it should matter.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Mark Passwaters from Rivals, and then Casey Stavenhagen from the Battalion.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Kellen's performance today. Looked like Tennessee was selling out to stop Isaiah, and he really took over from the word go.
He did from the get-go. Was unbelievably efficient throwing. And I'm going to tell you what, picked up a lot of big first downs with his legs on scrambles. I mean, it's 26 of 32, had a drop or two, and he missed 1 or 2 balls was about it. Interception was a bad decision, but I put him in a tough situation. I shouldn't have put him in that situation, in my opinion, right there. And we jumped offside on 2nd and 5. We had to play on 2nd and 5. But just outstanding leadership and the way he's responded back. And this guy is a winner. He's a class guy and a heck of a football player.
Thanks.
All right, next up we'll go to Casey Stavenhagen from the Battalion, then we'll go to Olin.
Hi, Coach Fisher. Brian George, in filling in for Miles Jones, made some errors in the first half, but those seemed to go away in the second. What allowed him to fix those errors, and did you have any messages for him?
Yeah, just relax and play. Listen, Brian George is going to be an outstanding player. He's eat up with ability, just hasn't played as much. And you get anxious, you get plays the first time out there in a situation when you're playing on a game, you're trying to close out a season, have a chance for a playoff. There's a lot of pressure on a young man. He did a good job of really adjusting in the second half. Mike did a good job of helping him with some calls, and then he went and played his tail off. He's got ability, he can run. He's a really good football player and will be a really good football player here for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Olin Buchanan from TexAgs, and then we'll go to Jennifer.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry about this.
I got you, buddy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Coach, when did you have looking back, when did you have an idea that this might be a really good football team?
Well, after we responded back from Alabama, we played some outstanding games, not just the Florida game, how we responded back, but how the consistency we played after that. We went on some runs there. We played really good football. I mean, until we had that break, and then we got back after that 2 or 3. We actually didn't play a game for 3 weeks and didn't play a great one versus LSU offense, we then got back in it. But right there in the middle, I felt we had a chance to be a really good football team. My question was, can we stay hungry and finish? And that's what it always with always teams who haven't done it yet and haven't been there. You got to learn to finish all the way through. And I'm going to tell you something. When it gets to the end, it's hard. It's really hard. And you're tired, you're banged, you're bruised. That's what's separate. I always say to remember November, then December is what really matters, and you finalize in January. And learning to play in those games when it matters at that time of year, there's very few people who do that and do it consistently, and we're learning to do it, and hopefully we can continue to do it.
And what would you how would you respond to those who question whether or not A&M passes the eye test?
8 wins in the SEC. I want to see somebody else do it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, next up is Jennifer Streeter from the Battalion, then we'll go to Sam Kahn.
Hey, Coach, I was wondering if you could touch on how critical time of possession has been to the success of your team, not only in this game, but so far this season in general.
I'm going to say 2 things. Time of possession is very important, but it's also if you're scoring points with time of possession. If you're giving up big plays and, big plays, time of possession hasn't become as important in football today when you're hitting big plays at times, what you're scoring. But when you're getting possession and you're scoring points, then you really make a difference. And that's how we're playing. We're getting converting our third down, scoring touchdowns in the red zone, and then we're helping our defense that way, and our defense is getting off the field. So time of possession is really big for us because not only the time, but because we're finishing the drives with points.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Sam Kahn from ESPN, and we'll go to Travis Brown.
Jimbo, you've coached a championship team before. In your opinion, is this a championship caliber team that you have?
Yes, it is. It has the character. It has the ability, but more importantly, it has the dynamic. It has the personality. It has the inner will to do that. Listen, when you're winning championships, there's something different about those groups. Now, it's not talent. Everybody gets about talent. Listen, when you get to that level, talent gets you there. Your character and your heart and your desire and your inner workings and who you are as a person is what puts you over the hump. This team has those characteristics. Now, I don't know if we'll win one, but it has the characteristics to win one, and should have the opportunity to win one.
And do you think that how many games you have played should matter in this conversation?
Yes, I do. That's what it said in the beginning. We said that in the beginning. That's what
Thank you.
that is a big part of it. I mean, you're talking about, I mean, like right now, how we're a month out there longer, the injuries, the bangs, the bruises, the practice, all that stuff matters. The political end of this thing, trying to get guys out there and they want to push their own schools to get up in there, is ridiculous. Put the best teams in it.
Thank you.
All right, next up is Travis Brown, then we'll go to Zach Taylor.
Hey, Coach, when you talk about time of possession and how much of a game control factor that was in this game, how important was third downs and especially Kellen's ability to throw the ball on third down?
Third down, throwing, and scoring touchdowns in the red zone, and converting in the red zone is big. That's the two things that got to go when you're running and playing like we're playing right now, and we do a great job of that. And when you're talking about factors of a good football team, look at the number of big plays you give up, number can, how you run the football, how you play the run. Also, how your third down conversions, your red zone efficiencies. Those are what good football teams do.
And when you're surrounded by a playoff campaign that involves a lot of eye test, how much did the 2014 season kind of prepare you for something like this? And do you lean on that to maybe think that it'll work out in your favor?
The what now? I'm sorry, the 24 what would you say?
The 2014 season and how much eye test was surrounded with your team then? How much does that give you confidence that things will
You're
work
playing
out
in the best league in ball with the best players. You win 8 games. That's enough of an eye test. The other league, like I said, nobody. I watch them be 8-1 in this league.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll go to Zach Taylor from WTAW, and then we'll finish up with Justin Woodard.
Yeah, Jimbo, kind of piggybacking off of what you've already talked about with time of possession and just being able to dominate, especially on the ground. I mean, is it fair to say that there's a lot more that meets the eye than just the score at the end of the day?
Yes, it does. I mean, controlling a game and winning a game, we get so caught up in the score, and that's people who don't understand football. Football is about a game of putting your will upon people, whether it's skill-wise or it's physical, whatever it is, or how you play and what you do. And we definitely, if people who understand football know we're a very good football team.
With that being said, the performance that Isaiah gave you today, pretty gritty from him, and how's his ankle?
He's fine. He went back in and played. I mean, Spiller's always, he's what he always does, man. He's a workhorse. And I'm going to tell you what, I was really happy, him catching the football out of the backfield today. He was big in that regard, catching. He's a complete back. And then to turn around and go play fullback for us. And see, that helps us in a lot of areas because of personnel. And, man, it makes – and then Isaiah being able – Anias being able to get back there. But Spiller is a huge key component for us.
Thanks.
All right, we'll go to Justin Woodard from KX.
Coach, I guess the theme here is college football playoff. You say you deserve to be in. If you get in, you get the 4th spot. Likely to be a rematch with Alabama.
All right. We'll line up.
Wait, different team this time around?
We'll find out. Let's see. I respect them. I respect all the teams that get in. They got a really good football team. When you get in the playoff, you know you're going to play a great team. So eventually you're going to have to play them one time or another.
Finish with this. Hez Jones had a heck of a day out there.
Big guy. Hez had a lot of balls early. Kellum got reads, and they were taking some other things away, and we were giving us Hez, and we were getting to him, and Hez was making huge plays in the game. Very big.
All right, we'll wrap up with Travis Brown from the Eagle.
Yeah, one more quick one, Coach. I saw Miles down there with a boot on his leg. What's his status for?
He should be good.
He's
been nursing something all year. It's been off and on and bugging him, and just got after that last game. He couldn't come back from it. Needed more time, and we didn't want to put him on the field. It wasn't even for a game like this. It wasn't worth putting him out there to do it, and that's why Brian played. And it's nothing that should keep him in the near future. But something just got to heal up.
Yeah, and you also had was Elijah Blades not available today?
No, Elijah's not. He hasn't been. He hasn't been up there. He's been there, but not enough practice and things to get back in the game.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Coach. That's all we've got.
Thank y'all.